people. So everyone has asked about me adding to the video, why do narcissists want to be friends? First of all, let me say hello. If you're a new subscriber, welcome to this loving community. If you have not already, press subscribe. And for those of you who are returning, thank you for sharing your time with me. Why do narcissists want to be friends with you? Well, I hope you watched the little short video I posted, but here's the explanation. They want to be friends with you so they don't have to waste their time checking your temperature to see if you're still waiting, to see if you've hopped off the shelf and moved on with your life. If they're friends with you, they are always connected and they don't have to give you a reason why they're calling you or texting you. It's not like they're doing a Hoover to come back. They don't have to waste Hoover energy or anything. If you agree to that sinister friendship, well, then the narcissist, that's game on for them. They don't have to commit. They don't like commitments. And so to be friends and get all that they want, all the sex and money and, sympathy that they want, hey, the narcissist will keep you around as a friend for a very long time. You'll find yourself sitting on that shelf just as dusty, and then they pull you off when they are ready for you. Just a horrible, horrible idea. The first time the ex-sociopath asked me about being a friend was after he had, triangulated me with one of the friends that's in his little girl group. And she was one that he was obsessed with. She's like Asian and black, and he was just, everything about her. And I believe he wanted to pursue her, but I don't think she was interested in him. I don't know. He told me she would always touch him and try to, do things with him, but I don't think so. He ain't that cute, y'all. But so anyway, you hear my dogs in the background? They're gonna keep barking. But so he asked me when I decided that he had been spending too much time with her, taking her to places instead of me, and taking her kids out and her and her kids out and taking her to the winter party. Yes, y'all. He was my boyfriend, and he took some other woman to the winter party. And I stayed. Anyway, let's keep it moving. So so after all of that, I wanted to break up. And he was like, okay, well, can we at least be friends? It was no big deal to him. Like, oh yeah, as long as you go with this friendship deal, we're good. And I was like, be friends? I was like, we just got through having a conversation about, you got a friend that likes to touch you. It seems like y'all got something going on. And, based on what he was telling me, it made me feel like I was coming in the middle of something. So I was like, no. I was like, why would I want to be your friend and watch you move on to someone who you've been throwing in my face the whole time? And I was like, no, I wouldn't want to be friends with you. So he's like, okay, well, I understand. And I think this conversation was on the phone. And so we hang up the phone and, have a good life, enjoy yourself, da-da-da. And lo and behold, I guess he thought I was going to call and be like, well, can we at least be friends? I don't know what he thought. But 24 hours later, I hadn't called homeboy, hadn't texted or anything. So I don't know if he's used to people, women coming by and throwing themselves at him. I don't know why he ain't cute. How many times did I say that? But, I don't know what I saw in him. So he called me and was like, are you sure you don't want to be friends, or text me or something like that? And I was like, no, I don't want to be friends. Don't ask me that again. And he was like, well, I think it was like an hour later. He was like, I've been thinking that I don't want her. I want you. Of course, I fell for it because I was like, well, okay, well, maybe we need to talk though. And you need to not, that friendship needs to not be a thing because I can't move on if it is. And so he promised me that he would not spend time with her and not hang out with her, and that he would talk to her and explain to her why, because, she had been approaching him and touching him, which now that I know narcissist, I don't think it was even true, y'all. But, so the friendship, so I wouldn't agree to the friendship thing. And I know that made him just angry. Like, why can't you just be my friend? And I'm getting in the way, of him trying to pursue this woman. Oh my gosh, y'all, the stuff we go through. So I didn't do friends. He love bombed me for a little bit, lied to me about talking to the girl. Oh, he was going to talk to her, but I bet you it was smear my name. I know he told them some horrible things about me. I just don't know what things he told them. I just could tell by the way they treated me. So It is what it is. But yes, that was the first time. And the second time he wanted to be friends was over her again. But he had broken up with me and told me that I had backed him into a corner to pick between me and his friend. And that wasn't fair. And that she told him that he needed to choose, he didn't need to be with somebody who's going to make him make those kind of choices. And so he chose her. And that's what he told me. Then he tapped me on my shoulder like I was a stranger and walked out of my house. And so he told me that he's going to be friends with her. I mean, that he's going to keep his friend because she was there first. And I was like, you know what? At that point, my feelings were hurt because, he had told me he wanted to be with me and not pursue her. And then now here it was. I don't know if this was a couple weeks later or what. And now he wants to be her friend. So I was like, okay, my feelings were hurt. I asked if we could talk about it or whatever, and he didn't want to. He acted like I wasn't talking. He walked right out of my house. I was calling his name, like trying to ask him if he's going to say anything or something. He didn't turn around and acknowledge me. Got into his truck. He's short, so he had to hop up on the lift. Hopped up into his truck. And then he drove off on down the road, like, to never see me again. And I was like, I remember standing there thinking, like, what just happened? Well, guess who gets the friendship text not too long later, probably within a few hours? I did. And so he sends me the text about maybe we can be friends. I was like, no, maybe you could not call me, text me, or anything ever again. And so I think in that time, about 24 hours passed by again. I was not going to commit to this friendship thing. He was trying to force me into the friendship. They want the friendship because they want the benefits. They want all the benefits of you being their property, is what they would call it. But then they're going to label it friendship so you can feel like you maybe have some room to move around. But the moment you move on with your life still, even as a friend, they come out of the box. So, but if you come out of the box on them while you're in that friend zone, well, then we were just friends. So the narcissist wanted me to be in that friend zone, and I absolutely refused. And from that point forward, the abuse was just worse. The way the devaluing was worse. It was just, when I went back after that, and it led into me dealing with the situation of rape, being forced to have sex, being abandoned in another state by him. You guys, I went through a lot of stuff with this man. And and I know you all went through a lot with the people who were in your life. But yeah, friendship. And even after they hurt you, they do horrible things to you, they still want to try to be your friend. Can we be friends? Many of you, I've heard many people reach out to me to say, yeah, as my ex asked for a divorce, he or she asked if we could be friends. What? Usually when we get a divorce, especially with a narcissist, something terrible has gone down, or they've done it in a way, they've asked for a divorce in a way that it's just, there's no coming back from. But they're bold enough to feel like you care enough about them to at least take the friend label. Do not take the friend label. They are worthless pieces of garbage. They will, if you take the friend label, they'll always feel they can get away with doing whatever, come back, take your money, take your home, mistreat your children. They will do whatever they want to you. Don't allow them to push you into the compartment of friends. God bless you. Take care of yourself. I hope that explanation was good enough for you. Goodbye.